Hi, my name is Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. If you're here for my weight loss update, go ahead and check out the description box below. I am leaving for a trip in a couple of days, so I'm filming this earlier than I normally would, and I haven't weighed in for the week yet. So go ahead and just read that update down below. But what I wanted to share with you today is a book that I just finished reading, which is Fast, Feast, Repeat by Gin Stephens. Okay, so a little while ago, maybe a month ago, I shared Gin's other book, which is this one right here, Delay, Don't Deny. Fantastic book. This one is even more fantastic. Honestly, like, I'm just going to tell you right now that if you're going to buy one book and one book only on fasting, this is the one that you want to buy, honestly. So Gin Stephens has been fasting, doing intermittent fasting herself for 6 years now. She lost 80 pounds. She's been maintaining 80-pound weight loss for 4 years about. And I think that in itself is fantastic. So here's the question, like, should you read both of these? I would say yes, but if you're just going to buy one, buy this one and then go back and read this one. This is one that you want to own. Okay. So like, I don't know if you can see, but I have like highlighted like crazy in this book and marked pages and things, because honestly, I didn't think that I was going to learn anything from this book. Like, I've been researching fasting for a couple of years now, and I do learn new things all the time, but I don't know. I just didn't think that I was going to learn a lot, but I did. I totally did. And it wasn't so much that there was a lot of new information for me, but just like the perspective and the way that the information was presented kind of made me think of things in a different way. And I just loved it. I think it's fantastic. And so Delay, Don't Deny was written in 2016. And so if you can imagine, in the last 4 years, there's been so much new research and information that has come out. And just for that reason alone, I think that it's just a fantastic resource, wealth of information. Okay, so, and also Gin Stephens herself, she does the Intermittent Fasting Stories podcast, where she interviews somebody who's been intermittent fasting. And there's 100 episodes of that out. She manages a Facebook group where she's actually very active in. So I think there's just a wealth of person-to-person interaction that she has that not many other authors have, where she has really like reached out and delved into people's experiences with intermittent fasting. And I think that kind of gives her a very unique perspective, that she, you know, listens to other people's experiences and also has a lot of experience herself. And even though she's not a medical professional, which she totally, you know, comes out and admits and is fully upfront about that, she does have a doctorate in education. And I feel like that has given her a really unique perspective, in the sense that she is someone who can take a lot of information and look at it in a broad sense, versus someone who's just trying to find like maybe the one true way that you should do everything. So I really love this book. I think it was fantastic. And yeah, so I will go ahead and share with you a few things about the book. So compared to Delay, Don't Deny, this book is like 150 pages about. This is like twice as long. Also has smaller type, so this will take you longer to read than Delay, Don't Deny. So honestly, if you're somebody who's just like not really sure, if you're just not really sure about intermittent fasting, maybe you just want a little introduction. Not that this is just an introduction. There's a lot of really good information in this book. A lot. Like, I know this book has helped a ton of people. So I don't want to discount this book. And if somebody like wants to lend this to you, read it. It's amazing. But if you want to dig deeper, or if you're somebody who has been fasting for a while, maybe you're stuck, maybe you've just struggled with it for some reason, then this is kind of the one you want to look at, because there's a lot of troubleshooting and just really, really, really good information in here. Okay, so there are, let's see. The book is broken up into 3 sections: the fast section, the feast section, and then a repeat. There's 25 chapters. My favorite part of this book was probably the middle part, the feast part. And I'm going to share with you really quick my favorite chapters. So chapter 13 is called Diet Brain and How to Avoid It. Okay, this was fantastic. I think this is something that we all need to get out of our heads, is that diet brain. Okay, here's a little paragraph. It says, every diet book out there promises to reveal the hashtag one true way that we should all be eating. One time on a road trip, I played a game where I asked my husband to name foods, and to win, I had to give the name of a diet book or protocol that had that food on the list of forbidden items. Yep, I could do it for any food. And basically she just talks about how that relates to that diet brain, where we look at things as good and bad, and you should only eat these foods and not these foods. And how many of us have gone through diets like that where it didn't last very long because it was too restrictive. Just a lot of really good nuggets of wisdom in that chapter. And then chapter 15 is the end of the calorie. This just talks about calorie counting and how it's a very flawed model for weight loss. Chapter 16, appetite correction. What exactly is this hormonal voodoo? I love this chapter as well, because I think that appetite correction is kind of one of those magical things about especially alternate day fasting, where whereas before, when maybe you were out of control with cravings and binge eating, I think a lot of people can find a lot of peace and just stability in intermittent fasting, with your appetite naturally aligning itself with your body. And it's fantastic. Okay, and then the last chapter I want to mention is getting your mind right. There was so much interesting research in here in this chapter about mindset and attitude, and I just found it incredibly interesting and valuable. There's so much science in this book that I really feel like there's something in here for everybody. Someone who's more scientifically minded, someone who just likes something light and humorous. Jen, if you know anything about her, she does have a great sense of humor. She's a little Southern lady, and she takes everything with a positive attitude, and I love that. And also, just as perspective from a woman, I think it's important. We can learn things from men. Men can learn from women. Women can learn from men. But there is something about, someone who has gone through similar experiences with having children and with the, body image issues that a lot of us women struggle with. There's definitely value in her experience and relating to her in that way. So yeah, obviously, it's something that I really recommend. I loved it. I hope that you love it. Let me know if you've read it, and let me know what you thought. And also, I would love to hear, if you've read both books, what you think about, which one you would recommend, to who, in what situation. Again, I think they're both fantastic books, but I just feel like there's so much more in this book. And I really think you should own it. So I am going to link it below. It's like $15 on Amazon. you're going to make up that much money by not eating for a couple days out of your fasting. Just save up for it, buy it, highlight it, go back and read it again. Another thing I want to mention is, especially for people who just feel like they haven't gotten their groove with fasting, there is so much troubleshooting in this book that it is just, I think, so invaluable to people who are just having a hard time nailing down what works for them. And I also want to say one thing that I think will help a lot of people is there's so much information in here about the positive changes that are happening in your body that don't relate to the scale and why the scale may not be moving for you. And I think that it's really important to focus in on those things because, as she mentions in the book, intermittent fasting is a, I can't remember exactly how she says it, but we do it for our health and it has like a side benefit of weight loss. And I think that's so true. There's so much more to fasting than just losing weight. And you're going to improve your health and you're going to improve your body composition. There's just so many other positive things that come with fasting, and your relationship with food and the freedom in your life. Like, there's just so much that we can't only focus on the scale. If we do, we may really miss out on a lot of those benefits. And so I hope that has persuaded you to check it out. You will not be sorry. I hardly ever like wholeheartedly recommend things because I think maybe this isn't for you, but if you are interested in fasting, like, this is for you. So anyway, again, if you wanted to check my progress, you can read the description below. Check out the book. Hope you're having a great day. If you're, just good luck and let me know how you're doing, and give this video a like if you want to, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.